The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, welcome everybody. Daniel Stephen here, and I have an awesome presentation here with you guys today. First of all, I want to make sure everybody can hear me loud and clear. Give me a 1 or a yes in the chat box here, and then I'm going to be introducing our guest here in a second, and he's going to take over. Cool. We got a 1. Yes, good. Cool. All right. Let's see here. And then can everybody see the screen okay? Another 1 or a yes if you could see everything fine here. All right, cool. Another battery. Awesome. All right, guys, so this is going to be more of an over-the-shoulder presentation here. You can take some notes if you want ask some questions here at the end, but overall, it's going to be a demonstration. Really excited for you guys to get this here. It is going to be recorded, so, well, at least it should be recorded. Never know with GoToWebinar. So we're going to send that out at the end here as well, so enjoy. If you guys have questions, let me know. I'm going to be here answering questions, and otherwise, Enrique, take over. And if you guys don't know who Enrique is, they're pretty much the industry leader here with anything mobile, so you're going to want to take notes. You're going to want to really listen to what Enrique is about to share with you guys here. So otherwise, I'm going to mute myself, Enrique, and take over.
Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate the introduction. Really appreciate it, and glad to be on this webinar with you. Thank you for inviting me. Excited today. I'm really pumped because we've been working on a ton of stuff when it comes to developing mobile technology and really bringing the cutting edge to people. And today, what I want to talk about is m-commerce, basically fused with the drag and drop mobile sites. But more than that, how you can actually take these mobile sites, mobile campaigns, and sell them to local businesses, but not only sell them, then do all of the fulfillment. So kind of an A to Z, everything that you need regarding mobile. So the first thing that I want to ask is, does everyone hear me loud and clear? I am very, my presentations are extremely interactive, so I'm going to be asking you a lot, and I want to get energy in the room because I need to feel the energy in order to get going and get pumped. So give me a yes if you hear me loud and clear, and if you're ready to get this party started, guys. I see Barry, I see Jillian, I see Scott, Glenn, Victoria. All right, I'm excited. The first question I have for all of you. Now, who here knows how to integrate m-commerce into a mobile site for a client? M-commerce obviously being an extremely cool buzzword and something not only just a buzzword, but something that can deliver results for local businesses, because then they could process payments basically on their mobile site. But it's also something that even if they are a part of that 10% of sites that are actually mobile optimized, they most likely 99% do not have a clue about this. Now, second thing, who here has at least one client on a recurring schedule? I want to see where you guys are. Give me a yes or a not yet, because that is also something that we're going to be covering today in depth. All right, Larry's saying yes, which I'm excited about, and then I see a couple of not yets. All right, great, because that's something we're going to be talking about. So before we get into the step-by-step blueprint, I'm going to introduce myself, but what are we exactly going to go over today? The first thing is, how can you target and close the perfect local business by using just a simple trick on Google? This is really cool because these are the perfect targets. They're very unknowing, and you're going to be going in and saving them. Second, building these actual drag and drop mobile sites. And honestly, a lot of us, tell me if you're a good graphic designer. Tell me if you really have that. Give me a yes or a no. I myself suck at it, and that's why I love being able to leverage hot designs. And when the local business, when I basically then give it to the local business, they're excited as hell about it, and they're going to congratulate me on it. And then integrating that with something no business has at all, a lot of them haven't even heard about it, meaning m-commerce. And we're going to wrap it up with connecting those two. How can you actually connect SMS campaigns and then put those clients on a recurring schedule? Because the cool thing about SMS is when we build campaigns for clients, it's awesome because for us it's recurring income, but for the client it compared to mobile sites, it's a little bit of a different monster because now you have a tool to drive those clients back into that business. So all in 15 minutes flat, plus I'm going to be talking during it, but you could time me later on as well. So does that sound good? Is everyone excited? Give me a big yes or give me a no. Get out of here. We want to hear Daniel again. All right, cool, Keith, cool, Victoria, Scott, Larry. Let's get into this. So the first thing, who are we? A lot of you probably, I see a lot of new names that I have not seen here. So I'm going to go over where I'm coming from. Myself, my name is Enrique Becco, and I am from Squeeze Mobi. We've been doing mobile stuff, both online and offline for quite a bit of time now, but I didn't start in mobile. Actually, I started in finance, which I thought was my dream job. The job that I had, I used to be working 100 hours a week, and the best part about it is pouring your heart into something, being almost a slave, not even knowing that you're a slave and that you're enslaved. And then they come to you and say, hey, sorry, but we don't have any head count. And head count, what is that? That's a euphemism for, hey, you're getting laid off. Sorry. And that's what happened. And it is happening still because the economy is in such a bad shape. So I'm going to see from you guys if anyone can relate to me and has been affected. I know now as well, recently, someone from my family, actually a couple weeks ago, has just lost their job. The thing that I'm grateful for and very thankful for is I'm in a completely different position now that I can help my family, which I unfortunately wasn't back then, and it put me into a corner that I don't wish upon anyone. Making myself, Enrique Becco, and Squeeze Mobi also is comprised of Avi Markowitz and Neil Bosley. Avi and I started on Fiverr. Now, who here knows Fiverr? I'm sure everyone knows Fiverr. But who here has been on the other side of Fiverr? So rather than going there to pay people $5, actually getting paid $5. You don't even get paid $5. You get paid $4 freaking. Fiverr takes 20% of that. You get paid $4 freaking. And when one of your clients turns around and tells you, this presentation sucks, my niece could have done a better job than you, and you poured 3, 4, 5 hours of your time into it, that freaking sucks. All right. The good part, on a positive note, there's some hard lessons from Fiverr, but one of the awesome things is we learned how to take those clients, and actually one of those clients, Avi, we were calculating it, and Avi turned that client he met on Fiverr into a $20,000 client. All right. So taking those clients and turning them into full-scale offline clients, while Avi was in Germany, meaning also remote client management, which is kind of something cool. And that's when we started stepping it up, and we partnered up with Neil Bosley as well from Squeeze Mobi, who has a ton of experience, over 10 years of web and mobile design under his belt, and fused together to create Squeeze Mobi, re-engineering it into what it is today, serving some big clients. But I'm not here to impress you. What I want to say is that when we did that, it was a long journey, but we'd also meet a ton of struggling entrepreneurs. And I've always been into coaching. We even did coaching in other areas, even before getting into offline, is that we would then take our client deliverables and just give it to a lot of our clients and help them through the process. The learning curve was cut a ton. And so we decided to start launching things as well on the Warrior Forum to audiences like yourself, and have had quite a bit of success. But once again, I don't want to say that to impress you. I want to say that I'm freaking amazed that I was able to come from that place where I remember sitting on a bench, and I don't even smoke, but at that time I was chain smoking cigarettes because there were a ton of other things that were wrong with my life, and I don't wish that upon anyone, to where I am now, being able to help my family whenever they have problems with things such as losing their job. Is that, it sounds cliche, but if I could do it, you could get to a place where you're successful at earning recurring income and closing good clients. And one of the things that I was, this is what makes my day, is when some of our either customers, coaching clients come back to us and they say, Charles said, I invested a total of $386 with you guys, and I'm getting a check today for not like $100, not $200, $120 freaking $1,000. All right, leveraging back at that time just our HTML5 templates, and I'm not gonna go here and talk about all of our successes and things like that our clients and our customers had, but just wanted to kind of impress that upon you, that taking a lot of these systems and a lot of these methods and really taking action on them is extremely powerful. I want to go into this asking, after some of that little motivation, especially from Charles turning a couple $100 to $120 freaking $1,000, are you hungry now? Are you hungry? And I want to get a big yes, because I know myself that I am freaking hungry, and that was what made the difference. I was hungry, and that was the only thing that mattered. My eyes were set ahead of me, but when it comes to mobile, connecting these two things together, when you're hungry and you're on the road, what do? When you're hungry, you're on the road, you're somewhere maybe in the city, what do? Are you going to go to your desktop back home and search for a restaurant? You might go to the nearest place, but one of the biggest things you could do is pull out your smartphone right there in that moment. And the thing is that going into this, when potential customers are on the road, the local nature of search is huge, and customers are using mobile to find a business's competition if they are not finding that business. Especially one of the examples I'm going to go through is restaurants, but this is huge, and the opportunity is huge, because 95% of smartphone users have searched for local information. That means you put 100 people in a room, and you are unlikely to probably talk with that person that has not used their smartphone to find that local information. But what's more important than that is 61% of those users call a business after searching, and 59% visit the location. Why is that important? Why? Because these people, unlike on a desktop, these people, when they make those searches, they are ready to take action. And they are ready to buy from that business. Whether it's a restaurant and they're hungry, they want to go out to eat right at that moment, or whether they're maybe looking for a dentist that they're looking to schedule an appointment that day. But 90% of these people actually act within 24 hours. So it's not like desktop searches where you're just searching, you're just having fun. Maybe you're searching for your dream vacation, but you're not really going to call that travel agent. It is people that are ready to take action. And 70%, not only just within that 24-hour period, but 70% of all mobile searches actually result in action within just 1 hour. All right, so that's big. Now, how does this compare to traditional advertising? You know, a lot of these businesses are a little bit old school, and you know that. I mean, you guys have interacted with the local business owners, and you know sometimes it's a little bit of a hard sell. They'll say, "Hey, I got that marketing thing under control," but little do they know that mobile coupons get 10 times the redemption rate of traditional coupons. And why am I telling you all these statistics? I hope everyone is taking notes, because I want you to take these statistics and leverage them when you're going to local business owners. All right? Leverage them. And know them exactly, not approximately, 10%, approximately 20%. But if I say 39%, write that statistic down and put it in your head, because that's going to make you look like that expert figure, that authority figure. So that being said, the other cool thing is sometimes it's hard for us to get that confidence, to get that credibility. And Daniel might have sent you that Google Mobile playbook as well. But who is probably in tech, internet, whatever you want to call it, who is the biggest authority figure? It starts with a G. Which company? It starts with a G. And I probably already gave it away by showing you the slide. Exactly. It's Google. And Google themselves say searching for local businesses is the #1 way people use smartphones. Unfortunately, normal websites look sloppy and are hard to use on a small mobile screen. Now, that, on the other hand, creates a huge opportunity for us. And if you listen to what Peter Fitzgerald, Google's retail technology and business markets director, says, if you don't do anything else as a local business, get a mobile-enabled site. Now, 90% of businesses, 90% of the sites out there actually are not mobile optimized, which is unfortunate for the businesses, but ding, 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 who sees an opportunity there? The opportunity is huge. So what we're going to go through now is we're going to talk about how we can target these businesses and target businesses that are already pre-qualified. Target those businesses and then close them. We're going to run through the steps that we use here internally with our clients and when turning potential clients into actual paying clients. All right, so the first thing you want to do, and I want everyone to follow along in their browser with me, is find a flash site. Now, what's the problem with flash sites on a mobile phone? Tell me. What's the problem with a flash site on a mobile phone? All right, exactly. Keith says can't see them. Now, that depends on some new Android devices. That is not true. But what about on the iPhone, old Android devices? That is extremely true. So when we're searching for our leads, these are leads that have already invested. They understand. They have a flash site. They want to make it look cool, right? But what we're going to do is right here, just go to google.com and we're going to type this, file type SWF, all right? And then what we're going to do is just put quotation mark, space, quotation mark, restaurants. I'm going to choose San Francisco, and let's focus on the restaurant niche. Okay, so we're going to find all our flash sites here, and let's click on this one. I already saw this one, Flybar and Restaurant.com. All right, cool. They have a pretty cool site. They understand the importance of marketing, which makes it much easier. It's much harder to market to a potential client that has no idea why marketing is important. Let's now take it to our emulator and see how it looks. It looks horrific. There's actually, you can't even click through anywhere. You can't do anything. That's unfortunate, all right? But that presents us with an opportunity, because that is now the perfect client. They already understand the importance of marketing. They've invested in their site, but they did it incorrectly. So step 2, let's leverage Google's analytics, and we're going to actually prove it to them that actually mobile is important, because if no one's visiting their sites, is it really important? No, it's not. All right, so let's go to Google AdWords and use the keyword tool. And what we're going to do here, make sure we do exact, and we do restaurants in San Francisco. All right, and then we're gonna look here and just do desktop and laptop devices. We're going to do a search, and we see that there are approximately 4,400 local monthly searches. Now let's change that to all mobile devices search, and we see that 2,900 local monthly searches for restaurants in San Francisco. That is a huge portion. Let's do the math real quick. Okay, let's do the math. Boom, right there, 4,400. You're going to want to take these screenshots as well when you go to the local business owner and show them this proof. And then how much is the mobile traffic? 2,900. What is that? That means if we do the math there, 39.7% of the searches are actually mobile. Now that's big. That's huge. That means that business is missing out on almost 40% of all traffic that is online. But why is that even more important? It's even more important because 70% of all mobile searches result in action within 1 hour. This is not the case for desktop searches. Thus, they are missing out on the most important traffic. So not only are they missing out on 40%, but they're missing out on the traffic that is ready to take action. And that is huge. Now, when we contact this business, what are we actually going to tell them? What are we going to do? What are we going to tell them? Because how do we basically sell them on mobile? And you want to get your foot in the door. I know Daniel advocates this quite a bit when he does, for example, PPC, but you want to get your foot in the door with value. All right, so what we've developed and what we use with our clients is we go in doing an audit. Basically an audit that we usually charge approximately $300 for between 30 minutes and an hour, but we reduce that audit, just do a mobile audit rather than the entire marketing platform, and give it to them for free. Why? And we'll talk about that in a second. But going in with and you could either hire telemarketers for this, or in the beginning, if you don't have a client yet, I recommend you do this yourself. And just saying, hey, well, what we're doing is a marketing audit. We usually charge $300 for this, but we'll do a reduced one, completely free of charge, where we audit your restaurant's digital marketing strategy, specifically your mobile marketing strategy. All right? And we then are going to structure your mobile marketing strategy and point out different strengths and weaknesses, outlining a step-by-step plan on how you can implement a few changes to deliver huge results and drive a lot of new and repeat customers into your business. Because oftentimes we checked it out, and your restaurant is missing out on 39.7% of online traffic that is actually ready to take action. Now, would you be available maybe for 30 minutes this week to discuss the plan? And just want to say, I mean, I'll guarantee that this will be the best 30 minutes that you have invested into your business after you see the blueprint that we outlined for you. And I like that end game because I always like to put something a little bit cocky. That's just a little bit of my style, but it catches their attention, and they're like, all right, so to hell with it, why not? But because you're adding a ton of value. So when you go in and you do the audit, what we have our standard audit presentation that we use with our clients. I recommend you create one of your own, but basically just audit them, and we set it up extremely easily. That basically, if they have like a mobile landing page, great, we'll keep this slide. If they don't, we'll keep the one with the X. Same thing with the mobile site, and then maybe put a little bit of analysis down here. Maybe put that 39.7% of traffic is what you're missing out on. All right, and do a little bit of analysis there as well. Customize it, but not too much. It's already preset. It's already ready for us to talk with the business. Same thing with SMS campaigns, and then going through other things such as discounts and incentivized SMS campaigns, mobile domains, just the specific content for mobile SEO, how fast is the site load, as well as other things such as QR codes and mobile apps. But this is right here what separates the amateurs and the professionals, because the amateurs are just going to go in there and try to pitch them and try to sell them. But what you want to do, you want to go and get that foot in the door and add a ton of value. Daniel, I was talking with him the other day, and he always educates his business owners. Some people that they don't, they think, hey, this business owner doesn't really care. But you want to educate them. You want to give them all the tools. You want to structure everything out for them. And that is why we always outline their entire mobile marketing plan. And for example, saying right here for that restaurant that they should definitely have a mobile optimized site, number one, and number two, also an SMS campaign that their waiters, their waitresses can use to drive traffic and drive repeat customers back into the business. We're going to talk about exactly how to set all of that up. All right? So does that make sense? I just want to check up with everybody. Does that make sense? How you can go in and audit a business, get your foot in the door, bring a ton of value, and this sets you up perfectly for the close, because who is now the authority figure? Yeah, they can go and take this back to their web guy that didn't give them this advice. They could do that. Tell them to have fun with it. Their web guy obviously didn't think a ton of things through. Otherwise, would he create a flash site, or at least install a redirect script that would go then to a mobile landing page or something like that? Obviously he didn't think all of the stuff through, and they have a weak campaign. But they understand the importance of investing in marketing. So we're going to craft that strategy out, create that step-by-step blueprint, and then revamp their marketing efforts. And when we put that offer on the table, it now makes it much easier for them to accept that offer. All right, so let's go in, and who wants to see how to actually build one of these mobile sites? How you actually do the delivery of this. Because this is the cool part, all right? So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to open up my mobile site builder right here. And all I'm going to do is go in, and let's say, let's choose a different niche just for the time being. Let's say maybe locksmith. All right, so I'm just going to go here in Pages, and I'm going to create new. And for ourselves, what we did, because we were thinking, all right, we could create all these sites from scratch all the time. It's going to take us so much time. It's going to take our team in the Philippines so much time. I don't want to do it. All right, so I just then, depending on the niche, I just choose one of my templates right here depending on that niche. And so right now, let's focus on the locksmith. So I gotta find my locksmith template. I think that's right here. All right, create. I'm just gonna hit create. Wait for that to load a little bit. Sometimes the loading speed on this is not the best, so be a little bit patient with me. But the cool thing is, whether it's a coffee shop, whether it's a computer services, whether it's a flower shop. Oh, that's because, all right, lock and the page locksmith. All right, and I'm just gonna go to create. All right, great. Now that pops up, and let's say that I want to do, I just don't like this header, or this no call out fee. So I'm just going to edit this, all right, and just say, no calling fee, and I'm going to change that. Then this tap to call button right here, it's a little too clunky. Just put here, call us now, save that, and then I'll put the actual number there, right? So maybe it's like 212. I don't know, 456-9032. All right, so put that actual number there. Boom, it's all linked up now, ready to hit that locksmith up. And what about the social media? This locksmith already has a Facebook. If not, great upsell once again, because all these social media buttons are there. So you just call them up. Oh, hey, our templates are already integrated with social media. Just want to double check with you. What's your Facebook fan page? Oh, you don't have one. Well, luckily for me, I already have a template. I could set you up real quick, and we could do everything all in one swoop. All right, so we just changed this. Maybe this is California Locks. California Locks. Great. And same thing with the Twitter as well. Click on the save button right there. Now, what if we want to link up something even cooler? All right, this isn't enough for us. This is cool, but this isn't enough for us. Maybe this locksmith is just known for sweeping locksmith competitions, and he has a video on how he breaks in to some vault in 10 seconds. So what we do, we're going to go here and we're going to look up on YouTube some type of video. All right, so let's just go to YouTube and let's search right here real quick, locksmith, and we'll find some type of video. All right, locksmith training basics. That sounds like a great video to put in here. And once we do that, we're going to just copy and paste that. We're going to go here. We're going to drag and drop this YouTube video in there. We're going to just put the URL. We're going to save, and boom, our video is now integrated. And let's just change this text then right here and say, watch our pro locksmith break into the biggest vault in the U.S. Save it, and great, we now have that. Now, maybe I don't want this YouTube video. Let's delete that. I just don't like this YouTube video. Instead, I want to put a map and make sure that everyone knows how to get to my location as the locksmith. So I'm just going to go now to Google Maps, and I'm going to look up San Francisco locksmith right here, and I'm just going to take some information right here. All right, this guy, Metro Locksmiths, I'm just going to take this guy down, all right, and put San Fran down here. Make sure that this is the Google Maps one, and also enable directions from the user's current location. That's pretty cool. That's a cool functionality, because now that basically potential customer that's ready to take action might not know where that business is. So that's extremely important for like restaurants, so that they can, because they got to actually go there physically, so that they can actually go there, because they might be in a new city that they're lost in. All right, so country, USA, and right here, let's also look at this. Let's look at their zip code. All right, great. Now we have the zip code. We're going to just click Save. And this kind of honestly doesn't look the best, right? This template, I mean, come on, look at it. That's because it's in the builder. It never looks the best right there. But if we go to Preview, then we see how it actually looks in a phone, and it looks pretty sweet. It looks pretty hot in the phone. So that's pretty cool because we can then take potentially that screenshot and put it in our PowerPoint presentation and show what we're going to actually be giving that locksmith when we do his or her site. All right, so let's X out of that, and that's pretty much it. You just do that in a couple minutes. You leverage all of your templates. That's what we do, and have that ready to go. All right. What I want to ask everyone on this call is, what is the one thing, and I already mentioned this, I already gave you a hint, you know the title of this presentation, that even businesses that have mobile sites, because you will encounter some businesses that actually have mobile sites don't have. All right? And it is not SMS. Exactly, Larry. M-commerce. And M-commerce is huge. Why? Because the global mobile payment transaction value will reach $490.9 billion. That's billion dollars. All right? By 2015. That's basically like putting almost 10 to 15 Bill Gateses together and taking all of their wealth and combining it together. That's how much transactions people are going to process. And 62% of smartphone users have actually purchased physical goods from their mobile device in the last 6 months. 62%. That is pretty huge. All right? And if we think about it, how this must be hard to connect all of this together. So let's just run you through real quick how all of this works. And I'm going to refresh my account. I might have to open it up again because I think it. All right, let me just open that up again. Okay. Can everyone hear me? Because it's saying I may be experiencing degraded audio quality, so I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me. Okay. Yeah? All right, great. All right, it's loading, so let's just give it audio good. Great, Tony. Let's just wait for it to load. But what I'm going to walk you through is how you can then process payments for that business. All right, let's say that locksmith wants to sell an alarm system straight on his site. Let's say, maybe a plumber wants to sell a plumbing-proof toilet on their site. They can then do that. Now, this is taking a little bit to load, so maybe I won't show you anything. It's not loading the fastest. Let me actually X out of this, and let me just try to refresh this, and we'll see how this is working. Okay. Hopefully, maybe I got logged out of here. We'll see. Okay. I just want to make sure that everything is okay. Cool. We'll wait for a second. But basically, all that you do, if this doesn't load quickly enough, then I will just show you through the PowerPoint because I have a screenshot. All right? I have a screenshot right here. So all you have to do is hook up 3 things. Your API username from PayPal of that business, not yours, unless you want to process payments on their behalf. Password, signature, boom, you click OK. You test it out, and then it's done. So if we go in here and we click Edit, and we just click on this m-commerce button. Then boom, you just enter that information, you click OK, and then we go back into our pages and we go into our locksmith, we go edit, and we just scroll down here on the right side and get this product button right here. We put that there, and all we do, we just put a price there. And I think there's someone, all right. We put a price there, so maybe this alarm system is going to cost $199, and let's call it an alarm system. Let's click save, and let's take out this map because we don't want to make it too much stuff in there. And let's just change up this header right here and say, buy the safest alarm system right now below. All right, we're just going to click save, and we're going to click preview. And now the business owner, buy our new alarm system, boom, they can process those payments, and it goes directly to their PayPal. All right, so that's a cool thing, but I want to still teach you guys a couple more things. So what I want to ask you now, do you think it's rude not to respond to text messages? Who here thinks it's just a little bit rude not to respond to a text message? Let's see. James is saying yes. All right, exactly. And why is that cool? That is cool because 89% of the population has a mobile phone, but the bigger thing is 90% actually use their phones for texting, and 95% of SMS texts are read in the first 10 minutes. Now, I send out also emails, and I know that open rates average between about 20 to 25%. Now, 95% open rates, not just overall, but within the first 10 minutes are huge. Why? Because you have that direct contact to that person. And if you could do that as a business, the ROI is huge because text messaging has been estimated to be 5 times more effective than direct mail and 10 times more effective than actual newspaper advertising. But does it really have an ROI? Can businesses actually make money? The thing is, it takes 90 minutes for the average person to respond to an email, but only 90 seconds for a text message. So if a business sends out a text message, will that customer read it? Of course they will. Will they maybe take action on it? Potentially. If it's engaging enough, and if you do a good enough job, if you're not spamming them, yes. And once again, and this is cool because mobile coupons you can send directly to a mobile phone and as a text message, and it's really not that hard. They get 10 times the redemption rate of a traditional coupon. Why is that? Right? And let me ask you, who here is going to be cutting out coupons, going through and taking them to the store? Who has a stack of coupons that they're ready to redeem when they go to the store? Now, on the other hand, who here has their mobile phone with them at all times? Exactly, because everyone has, like James said, because everyone has the mobile phone with them at all times, the phone and the coupon is ready to go at that minute, and they just whip out their phone, boom, they redeem it, and when they're thinking about it, they have it with them at all times. And James said, use mine last night for something. So, but how do you actually structure these? So let's go back to the restaurant example or the locksmith example. It doesn't really matter. But let's maybe do restaurants. The way you want to structure it is you want to go in as a mobile consultant and sell this business owner on how you're going to be able to drive customers back into the business on a slow night. For example, maybe Sundays, maybe Mondays, maybe Tuesdays, they don't have as many customers, okay? They don't have as many customers. You're eating there, And when the waitress comes there, you say, hey, I really like the food here. Do you think your manager, do you think I could say thank you to the manager just for a couple minutes? And you want to do this sometimes when it's not too busy, meaning don't do it during dinner time and don't do it during lunchtime during the week when there's a ton of people in that actual restaurant. Choose a time that's in between, and usually the manager is going to have a little bit of time, and then they like to talk to customers for a couple seconds, and that's when you just tell them, hey, I really like the food here. It is amazing. You create such an amazing experience for your customers, but I see like right now there aren't that many people here. I'm actually a mobile consultant, and it's extremely easy. I could set this up for you within pretty much a couple of days, and you could drive customers back in to your restaurant. And the way you set it up is you give them basically a flyer, and the waiter or the waitress, they take that flyer and they then go to the different customers that are coming in, and when they're ordering drinks or dessert or coffee, you say, hey, how would you like to receive this drink that you're ordering completely free of charge? It's easy. What we have set up, they give them the flyer, is if you text, let's say, it's an Italian restaurant, so Italian number one, to the short code, they're not going to say short code, but to the number 71441, you're going to get a coupon directly to your phone, and you could then just show me, and I'm gonna give you this drink completely for free, or this coffee, or this dessert, or this appetizer. And they give them the flyer, and then they go back, and that person can then opt in to the restaurant's text messaging list. That restaurant then collects their number, and on that slow day, whether it's a Monday or a Tuesday, they can send those 100, 200, 300, 400 people that they have on their list an SMS text message. Now, why is this strategy much better than just having a table tent somewhere randomly in the restaurant, maybe having it on the window? Why? Exactly. Because no one is going to actually do that. But when a waiter, when a waitress can actually walk that customer through it, especially for maybe like the older generation, they might not understand the exact steps. They can then make sure that those people opt in and they collect that number. The conversion rates are going to be much greater, and that waiter, that waitress, within just a couple extra seconds of their time, can use a little bit of emotion, basically give them that free drink, give them that free appetizer, and really get them on the list so that that list starts being built. All right? So let's set up an SMS campaign and charge $500 to $1,000 for the setup. And I'm going to show you exactly how just how easy it is to set this up. Now, if you want to test something out right now, text Squeeze Mobi to 71441. That's our main list. We might tell you about our webinars and things like that. For those of you that don't know what a keyword and a short code is, what the keyword, for example, here would be Squeeze Mobi. The short code is 71441. The short code is the actual number, and it's a much shorter number, right? You don't want to be texting a keyword to 51234121234. You don't want to be texting it to a 10-digit number. You want to make it simplified for that customer. Same thing with the keyword. You want to have a good short keyword as well. So let me show you exactly just how easy it is to set all of this up. And right here, I'm actually gonna. All right, okay. Let me just close out of this, and let's make this happen. All right. All you have to do is, if you have one of these text messaging platforms, then what you could do is right here. Right here, once this pops up, you just go to keywords, and your keyword is basically going to be your list. It's going to be a unique keyword that if someone texts it to that number, that keyword is going to be only for that business. So let's go. Let's stick with the Italian example, and let's create let's create a new custom keyword, and let's call it Italy 5. And we got to check if this keyword is actually available. It might not be, but we got to just check if it's available. And this one is available, so let's lease it out. All right. And once that happens, all you then do is simple. You then just close out of this, and we're going to go right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to associate that keyword now with a respective list. So I'm going to go to contacts, and once I go there, then it's being a little bit slow today. What we're going to do here is just go to create new, and when we create new, all that happens is, all right, come on, let's call Joe's Italian Restaurant, and I'm going to select this keyword. I'm going to add it, and once it's added, then cool, program sponsor, Joe's, what's going on here? All right, let's call this Joe's Italian. Special offers for loyal customers. We could just keep that. We could change that if we want. Frequency for a month. I don't recommend you send more than 4 text messages a month. You can even include that coupon. All right, so let's for example, potentially we can add this coupon, and boom, that's best coffee in town. Joe's Italian has best coffee in town, so we're going to include that coupon as well. And we can even do an alternative auto reply for existing customers. Let's not put that in there. Let's just keep it as is, and we're going to just save it out. All right, so what I want everyone to do right now is if you want, test that out. So text Italy 5 to 71441. All right, Italy 5 to 71441, so that we could get, and then I'll show you how to exactly pre-program those text messages as well. So Italy 5, and let me know when you've done that. Give me a yes if you've done that. Italy 5 to 71441. All right, and this is not going to be used for anything else other than the purpose of this example, so you could see exactly how this worked. I'm not going to text you later for Joe's Italian so that you can come there. But let me know once you've done that. All right, so cool. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go back here to features, and we're going to hit text message. And how are we going to actually manage this campaign? It's super simple. All we do is right here, we then, let's say, free glass of wine if you come between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. and order an Italian dinner tonight. All right? And we're just going to send that out. We're going to go here, and we're just going to click Joe's Italian Restaurant. We're going to do that. We're going to check that off unless they have a Facebook campaign as well. That's the cool thing. You can connect it with the Facebook campaign, and we're going to schedule it out. All right? So let's say, we want to schedule it a week out, potentially maybe like May 1st. What time? We could schedule it right here at maybe 1 p.m. so that people have adequate amount of time. and all we do is hit save. And once we hit save, then cool, we have that done. And the great thing about that is when we do that, how easy is it to manage that campaign? And that's how you set up the recurring income model, because the business owner just submits wording for 4 texts a month, or you create 4 discounts a month, and all you have to do is pre-program those one time and then charge approximately $100 to $300 in management fees for managing that list for them. And if you're getting charged maybe 1 or 2 cents for per text message by your provider, you can then charge that business and mark it up upwards to 100, even 200%, and charge them 2 to 3 cents for sending that text message out. And when you include something in that, you're going to include monthly analytics. Why? Because what does monthly analytics mean? Ding, ding, exactly. Upsells. All right? And then when you work on scaling that up, what are the things that you could do? And I just want to cover this real quick. This is kind of just a bonus, how, for those people that are already closing a ton of clients, hire a telemarketing team. And I know Daniel talks about this as well. We like to use the Philippines, but you can use Craigslist, local university students, have them even do the lead gen, so you can have them, what we did today, you could tell them how to do that. They'll actually do the lead gen. The key is for them to have a high converting script. So you want to work with a telemarketing team that already has experience. Get them to directly sign them up. The telemarketer directly signs them up for a local webinar. And I know Daniel does really good with this because he does the local webinar model. And you just give them a local presentation that adds value, goes over mobile, then include gravity forms at the end, a potential deposit, and you can, even if you're remote, you can then schedule a virtual audit with them and actually close those businesses on any one of these services, because you don't actually have to be there physically. And if you're going to monitor it and optimize it, then all you have to do is a couple reports with KPIs. And one of the coolest things, I just wanted to share this with you, is when we were doing one of these presentations, and one of the people in the presentation, Scott, said, "Just sold a client while you were demoing. My first monthly revenue client." And I was impressed because Scott just took the information, he took a couple screenshots, and while live on the webinar, and closed a client live on the call, which to me was extremely cool. So what I want to ask is, who enjoyed our time together today? Because I'm excited. I have potentially something really cool for you guys. Who enjoyed our time together? If yes, give me a big yes in the chat box. All right? I see Scott, Dennis, Victoria saying yes. James, I learned a ton. All right? Now, what I want to introduce to you is our Squeeze Mobilionaire. Basically, everything you need all in one. What I was showing you, our mobile site builder, our SMS platform, our mobile apps creator. That is something I didn't even go over. Outsourcing sessions, how you can actually outsource a ton of this, and international capabilities all in one integration. This is pretty cool, and I'm excited to introduce this. And I'm going to just run through this real quick. Mobile site design. This is our mobile site builder that I showed you, and I haven't even went through all of it, but it has even social sharing, SEO features, mobile coupons. You can create mobile coupons right in that site builder, as well as the SMS platform, and reporting and analytics. So once again, you could go back to that business and then upsell them by giving them a report. And all you have to do then is print this off. All right, it creates your reports that you can then send to your clients. All right, multi-language support if you're international, and m-commerce. This is the one thing that these business owners don't have. And what we're including today is 3 live mobile sites, unlimited demo sites, and all of those features. And this is crazy because I've seen people themselves sell just mobile site builders, just like this, actually not even with all those features and functionalities, for $150 a month. But that's not it. We're also including in Squeezable Billionaire our SMS platform, including the autoresponder. Why? Because you can then create a level campaign. I showed you how to do this SMS blast, but as people come in, they then get messages and they get it over a span of time. So those people then trickle back into the business rather than a big hit maybe on a Monday or a Tuesday. Loyalty program. I wasn't even able to demo that. Mobile coupons, how to create those, as well as the appointment management software. This one is huge because if you have a dentist, if you have a chiropractor, if you have a doctor, these are the $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 client closes because you take their antiquated appointment management system and you turn it into a mobile one where it's two-way. This is not one-way. This is two-way appointment management. So that client, if they want to cancel, they just shoot an SMS, including as well polls as well as questionnaires in case that local business wants to do a survey of maybe their potential customers. What about property listings? This one is big as well because realtors are huge. Why are realtors huge? Why? Because they're in the business of marketing themselves. And since they're in the business of marketing, each single property, they got to create a separate campaign, a separate SMS campaign. So these are long-term clients and landing pages that could potentially include virtual tours as well. On top of that, vehicle listings, big as well. Auto dealerships have 100,000 marketing budgets per month. It's an easy sell to close them on, $5,000 a month. Text to win. This is huge. QR code generator, and what we're including is 1,500 text messages a month. The extra message fee is just 1 cent. Unlimited vanity keywords and all of this functionality. This is the biggest part, I would say. This is the biggest aspect of Squeezable Billionaire, and an easy, just in itself, this is an easy $200 a month. But we wanted to really blow it out of the park, and we couldn't show this today, but we even have a mobile apps creator. That includes different features including syncing, push notifications, in-app purchases. That's like m-commerce, but with apps, in-app purchases, wheel navigation, social sharing, so you can connect it with all Facebook, anything, GPS coupons. When you're walking around, suddenly it's bzz, bzz, you get a GPS coupon. That's pretty cool to drive people into that local business. If you're doing anything online, PDF, EPUB, I haven't even covered how this applies to marketing online, not just with local business, but online. But you could leverage all of this for online as well on top of Google Analytics, so you can analyze everything. What we're giving away is 3 live mobile apps, push notifications, and all of this functionality. This in itself, just a mobile apps creator, the amount of business you can close with this, the value is an easy $150 a month. Now, it wouldn't be complete without resources and training. So we're throwing in a mobile marketing contract as well, so you can go in there and already look like a professional business card, so you could be up and running as a mobile consultant, infographic flyers, our very own proprietary mobile marketing presentation that we use on the local webinar model, as well as the audit presentation that you saw, 70 slides plus, so you can audit their entire marketing strategy. As well, if you want to step it up, our direct mail template and our 11 QR code flyers, so that when you're doing those SMS campaigns that we went over, you can then set those, whether it's the waiter, the waitress in the restaurant, with one of these flyers that gives the instructions for that customer how to opt in to that campaign. All right? And this is cool because we're giving you access to our secret Facebook group as well, and extensive knowledge databases. But it wouldn't be complete with our training, so we included all our training sessions, sales training, technical training, our original 10-day challenge. When you're ready to step it up to outsourcing, our outsourcing training sessions as well. All right, so just in itself, I mean, I think we're crazy, and I know Daniel was telling us we're crazy for giving away so much value, but we could easily push this as a mobile business in a box, a complete mobile business for $600, $700 a month. And on our website, you don't even get this type of deal that we just went over, but it is $197 a month. So if you want to sign up through our regular website, you can. But we are giving a special of $97 a month to have your entire mobile business, which is freaking awesome. Now, I want to see who is excited. All right? Who is excited? I just want to see, give me a yes if you're excited. All right, I see a ton of yeses because this is not it. There is some icing on the cake. So when you're ready to do those social media upsells, we're giving you our social media pack. That is the first bonus. So if you want to hit these niches, lawyers, if you want to hit plumbers, if you want to hit any of these niches, including dog grooming, wedding planners, if you want to, and on top of that, we're upping it from 3 to 5 mobile sites. Each one of those is worth an additional $30 a month, and not 1,500 messages, but 2,000 messages. On top of that, we're taking also the live mobile apps from 3 to 5 live mobile apps. And this is one of the cool things. We incorporated all of our old HTML5 templates, all of these niches, so you can hit these 27 different niches. Now, I do want to say we are still some of this is not completely in there just yet. Just want to put that out there. Right now, I think 9 of these sites are missing, and it is just the front page of the sites. But this is huge because now you have all of these templates that you can leverage. I'm running through them because there's so many. I don't even have time to run through all of these. And on top of that, not only these 27 Squeeze Mobi mobile sites, but the landing pages. On top of that, you're going to be getting, which is really cool, is restaurant mobile site templates. All right, so you get 10 more. These aren't there in there yet, but they will be there within the next 30 days. So whether it's Italian, whether you want to hit pizza, whether you want to hit seafood, whether you want to hit steaks, sushi, you have all of that. We took it a step further. This is something I wasn't able to demo, but 27 of our templates as the mobile app templates. So if you want to do the same thing for the app builder, you can leverage our templates and make apps out of them. They're the same ones as the mobile site ones, but you can leverage those. And this is like a $500 a month bonus. You can fully brand this, manage all your clients out of this platform and create your own pricing plans. It won't process payments for you, but you can create your own pricing plans and put your own logo up there so your clients, this is your entire business in a box. Okay? Now, and as you can see, that was one of our coaching clients that we rebranded, Woodward Consulting, that we rebranded this for. All right? How do you sign up? And this is where I'm really pumped. This is where I'm extremely excited because who loves McDonald's? Now, I know a ton of people are going to say, I hate McDonald's, it sucks, but who loves dollar menus? Dollar menus. Because what we're given this special deal just for Daniel, and listen up right here, otherwise you're going to pay that $97 a month. We're giving for the first, and there's no refunds on this, if you enter the special code Daniel, you get the first month for just $2. All right? You get the first month just for $2. All right? And which is crazy. Which is a crazy deal. We're letting you completely sign it up. So go to squeezemobi.com/US Daniel if you're in the US, Canada, or the world. If you are in the UK, go to squeezemobi.com/UK Daniel. Now, the bonuses are limited to the first 25 signups, and we do have over 40 people here. So I know a ton of people are going to get in on this because it's freaking $2 Okay, it's freaking $2. And the other charges, just so everyone is clear, when you make an advertiser, you'll see how that all works. There's a video right when you get in. It goes over how that works. For the US version, it's $4 extra per month, but you won't get charged that until that next month if you decide to stay with us. Mobile sites outside of those that we just promised, it's $7 per month, okay? And for mobile apps, it's $5 per app per month. All right, but those won't be reflected if you close all those clients. Honestly, if you close all those clients, you're going to be making 10, 15, $20,000 a month. These fees are going to be negligible, but you get to test drive the entire platform for just $2 a month. Why are we doing this? Because we're still actually, like I said, with those templates, loading some of that stuff up, and it's the platform is down to a T, but some of the training is still in beta, and we just want to make sure that we give you everything. All right, PayPal is not available, so there is no money back guarantee. But you could sign up for $2 per month, and if you cancel, just as a thank you for your time, you get to keep the Facebook timeline images, the direct mail template, and the QR code files just for investing your time, but we keep your $2. All right? And how do you enter that code? On that first page, you're going to see that sign up now, and then just hit that, in that promotion code, put Daniel in there. All one word, no spaces. Okay? So, just, all right, and just want to see now, Daniel, are you there? Are you there, Daniel?
Yes, I am here. Just taking it in. Loved it. Awesome stuff.
All right. Yep.
Clear?
All right.
Good.
Well, I'm
Awesome
happy.
stuff, yeah.
And, all right, Christian wants to know the promotion code one more time. So right here, I'll give it to you right here. The promotion code is Daniel. All right, so squeezemobi.com/US or squeezemobi.com /UK Daniel, and the discount code is Daniel. So I want to see who is in. Give me I'm in. Oh, I want to see who's in. Let's see. Maybe everyone's signing up. So I hope your group likes that. All right.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love bonus 8 was huge. The whole rebranding. I didn't know you guys were going to throw that in. That's huge. Love it.
Because you could rebrand it as your entire business, and then you could give your clients actually login information as well, which is
awesome.
Which is really cool, So that's kind of just some of the things that we decided to do, and regarding the bonuses, we are limiting that a little bit, but something as well to look forward to. All right, so does anyone have any questions? All right, Kevin's in. I see James. James might be in as well. Christian is in as well. All right, Victoria, the promo code is Daniel. Thomas is in. All right, and I see a couple other people in as well, which I am getting really excited about. And Kevin's asking, what is the additional cost for the site? That is $7 per month if you go over that allotment that we're giving you. All right, but if you're having already so many customers, it's really going to be negligible. It's going to be extremely negligible. And so Victoria, the promotion code is Daniel. Yes, Jim, you are still within the first 25. Okay? Cool. All right, Daniel, I'm gonna have to wrap it up in a couple minutes. So if anyone wants to get in, they should get in quite fast. And what I wanted to leave it off with, though, if anyone needs to still get in, they can call the second number on here, and Charm will be on the phone. So maybe you could pause this screen, and Avi as well can via the chat, he can maybe take some questions as well if anyone can't get in or they have any questions as well before we wrap it
I'll stay on
up.
for a little bit longer so everybody can see everything.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I'll leave it up for another 10 minutes or so and
Okay.
make sure everybody gets a chance.
Okay. And if anyone has any other questions or anything, then just put them in there. And so far, I think Avi is checking. I do see we have still about 11 bonuses left. So if anyone else wants to get in, then get in. And thank you for having me here, Daniel.
No, yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for the time. Awesome stuff.
I really appreciate it. And to get that second number, that first number probably won't work today. But second number, if you guys have problems processing the payment or anything like that, Charm is on the line, and Avi is as well in the chat box. Just let us know, and we'll hook you up. All right, guys? Hey, thank you so much, Daniel, and we'll be in touch.
Thanks, man. Thanks again. Talk soon.